as a daughter of St. Lucia, the Caribbean island that refined me, the Caribbean island that gave me roots and shaped my resilience. My journey has taken me across cultures, from the Caribbean to Southeast Asia and North America, leading diverse teams and five-star boutique hotels through change. And today, I am here with you in South Africa. At the age of 25, I started my very first business, and it failed. Yes, it failed miserably. But failure was not the end. Harriet Tubman, an American freedom fighter who brought enslaved people into liberation, she once said, "Too many of us are not living our dreams. We are living in fear." And that was me. Until I learned to reframe uncertainty as growth. And that shift, reframing uncertainty as growth, is what I want to share with you today. The world is changing. Uncertainty is everywhere, from shifting industries to AI, shifting economies, and hesitation is costly. It's a lot costlier than failure. At the age of 25, I started my very first business. My mom told me not to, but I did anyway. And I decided to use failure as my foundation for growth, because what I learned shaped me and molded me into the leader that I would become today. A general manager leading five-star boutique hotels all across the globe. I had to use failure as my foundation. I learned resilience and clarity to move forward. Later in life, I would pack my bag from change to adaptation into a new country, new culture. Uncertainty became my teacher. Leading across the globe, a new culture. This is when I embraced the word immuna. Immuna is a Hebrew word meaning trust the process and have faith to move forward even when you don't know what's next. And that's what I had to do. Because the next morning when I woke up and I walked the property, I realized, oh my God, I may have made a mistake. The property was in a worse shape than what I thought it was. And guess what? An employee came to me, one who I had already identified as one of my best employees, my executive chef. He said, "Mom, I will have to quit." I took him on a side and I reassured him. I said, let us trust the process. Let's bring in immuna. We will trust the process. We will have faith and we will move forward during that time of uncertainty. My team, through connection, it wasn't about ticking check boxes or systems. It was about the human connection and embracing change. That's how we were able to bring about change. Owner's profit, we had a target of 156,000 pesos. Guess what? We did not surpass it by 10% or 20% or 30%. We surpassed the target by over 60%. This is what growth and change does. when you learn to embrace change. But what does fear really do to us? Fear cripples us, it suffocates us, and uncertainty clouds our judgment. It prevents us from moving forward. So that's why we need to shift. We need to learn to use uncertainty as a catalyst from fear to forward. So today, in this room, I want to ask you the question, how many of you are afraid of change? Raise your hands. How many of you get cold sweats when you hear the word change? Raise your hands. I used to be that person. But I want to introduce to you the forward framework. And if you embrace this framework as leaders in this room, I will tell you, you will disrupt businesses moving forward. And the forward framework is 3 words. Pause. When you are in the midst of uncertainty, I want you to pause. Take a step back. Breathe. Because pause interrupts fear. Pause interrupts fear. I want you to be courageous. Choose. Choose to move forward with courage and lead. Lead with clarity. Inspire your team to follow. Because when you lead with clarity, your team will follow. As I showed you, it was a new culture. I was in the midst of uncertainty, but I led with clarity. And why does this matter now? It matters now more than ever. Because we are now embracing AI, artificial intelligence. And AI demands courage because standing still is a risk. Today, I want you to choose forward because forward is always available. Choose courage. I leave you with Nelson Mandela's words. Don't be afraid of change. Don't fear change. Change fear. There are many opportunities here today, extraordinary opportunities. Opportunities to shape industries, embrace AI, and lead with courage. But only those of you who are ready will move forward. I leave you with this. Let us not be defined by what breaks us, but how we rise and move forward.